Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're logging in from. Thank you. I want to welcome all our viewers from around the world. Today, today we have a very good, important subject that we are discussing: the welfare of the Imo State. Imo State is a state in Nigeria, from the eastern part of Nigeria, one of the Igbo states, 5 states from the eastern region. So today I have 2 important guests with me. I have who are very knowledgeable about the welfare of Imo State. I have Honorable Princess Calista Ahmed is here, and also Honorable Humphrey Acho is here with us. I want to welcome both of you to this event. There's I want to have Calista to please introduce yourself.
Hello, good evening, viewers from Imo State and in diaspora. Ndi Imo ekelela m unu. Aha m Princess Calista Ahmed. I'm onye Uguta local government from Imo State. I'm one of you, your daughters. I have been part of the activities, I've monitored the activities of Imo State government from the previous government to the present government of the 3R late prosperity government of Imo State. So I'm here today to discuss the situation, the present situation of Imo State today.
Our Honorable Humphrey Acho, would you please introduce yourself?
Thank you, Chief Host George, at least for starting on a very good note. Ladies first. Women are special. We respect them all the time. My name is Humphrey Acho. I come from a very unique town, a border town called Ngobala in Imo State. I am a Nigerian Canadian, although some of my friends are going to be upset at me now for putting the word Nigeria there. And then we're here today to speak to Ndimo all over the world and tell you straight up how it is in Imo State. No more hearsay. So you'll be hearing from the horse's mouth today. And I applaud everybody that, you know, made out time to key into this program today. It shows that you're a true son of Imo State, a true citizen of Imo State. Thank you.
So, in the past, what I'll call 18 years, the 2 previous governors of Imo State, Ihedioha, and then the Okorocha, I believe. Okay, now we have seen, now it seems like Imo State was held hostage for a long time. Until this current government, there has been what we call a stagnation in the state per se. And if you listen to everywhere, even in this current period, there has been a lot of insecurity, propagating all over the news and going around. So today, I want to start with the current government in Imo State, the Honorable Hope Uzodimma, ever since he came into power. I want to discuss security because the recent happenings that took place in Imo State, by the way, I am from Imo State. I'm from Akatolo, as a matter of fact. So you have all the Imolites here. So that's the reason why we are here, because of our interest in the progress of our state. So I want to discuss security first and foremost, based on some of the things that happened recently, where a bunch of youths were killed in Imo State, on Olo, as a matter of fact. So can we talk about that particular aspect of security, the current thing that the government is doing right now in Imo State to make sure that people are secure? Princess, would you please discuss a little bit about that?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Chuhu. Imo State is very safe as we speak today. Our performing governor, His Excellency Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, has done noble. Since he came into power, We all know the distractions from COVID to NSAS, then to this insecurity in Imo State. And the young man has almost exhausted all he can in making sure, getting Imo State into becoming safe for us. For example, is like the people, Nigerians in diaspora, they all went for Christmas and New Year. They are all witnesses of how safe Imo State has become. People were going about their businesses, there were every property and life were all safe. The young man has tried with the security agents, has empowered them with vehicles, the security agents are everywhere in Imo State, in all the communities. And lastly, he has engaged the civil society, inaugurated them from grassroots and to be able to help in our various communities. Our leaders, our traditional rulers, in all communities, they all know who are the bad boys in the communities. So he has engaged them 100% to please help. And he has cried out severally that he can't do this alone. We should all profile solution and stop the blames. Let's stop the blames. Let Imolite join hands wherever you are. Be it in diaspora, be it in Nigeria. Join hands, bring ideas. He's a very, very good listener, and we work with our advices and suggestions towards this security.
I want to hear from Humphrey Acho here. What do you think about the security situation in Imo State? Comparing the past and to the present right now.
I will start by saying there's a saying in Igbo language that obodo wigwe ndi no n'ime ya unkume. Imo State has suffered a lot in the past 1 year, but the winners here are Imo people. They are very resilient. How they went through it all, and they are coming out of it better than it was. By April last year, I happened to be, I had a direct experience with this unknown gunman during Easter. And compared to what it was up until September and what it is today, I would say that significant progress has been made to make Imo State safer for Imolites, especially like my sister said, last Christmas was a very peaceful Christmas. I heard from a lot of our people that traveled back home, and they said the hype on social media is not actually what is obtainable on the ground. Was so afraid that we could not even think about going to our villages. But when they got on ground, they saw that actually that was the best place to celebrate Christmas last year. It was in Imo State. So we think the governor did something very smart by engaging the communities and the stakeholders in the communities than using an eye for an eye. The Nigerian army he used was a disaster. And up until tomorrow, I will continue to say, maybe out of ignorance or whatever, but I think he's learned from that mistake, and that is why he did the right thing by engaging the communities. So Imo is safer today, was safer last Christmas than it was about May, June, July of last year.
Okay, thank you so very much. Now, I have another question that I want to ask in regarding security. A lot of people were saying that, in the past, they could go out and stay until maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. But these days, 6 o'clock, everybody's runs home because of the insecurity. Are you saying that it is better now because of what Hope has been doing in trying to secure the place and chase away all the thieves and the kidnappers? Is that what you're saying? Ms. Calista?
Yeah, I was in Imo State, so I'm a witness of the security in Imo State. Imo has become so safe that I go out, I go to party, I go to club, Owerri is safe, my local government, my community is safe. So to an extent, Imo State is safer than what it was 2 years, 3 years ago, and it's getting better with Hope Uzodinma leading the state.
Okay. So now, my other subject that I want to deal with is, well, let's talk about health. Can we talk about health?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So now, we understand that Hope has been doing quite a few number of things, rehabilitating some hospitals, and also bringing in a lot of equipments, for the old hospital to, to bring them. Can you talk a little bit about that, Madam?
Yeah. His Excellency has, rebuilt, renovated the hospitals, re-equipped them to a standard like what we have here in Toronto. And there's one other important thing that he did, like the insurance scheme that was launched in 2021 in Nigeria, in Imo State. He launched it for the less privileged, for the pregnant women and their children, for the young people and the vulnerable, the very old citizens. So a lot of people are benefiting from the health insurance scheme that was launched. So that is one of the best things he has done in Imo State. So that those, like you can see the rate of women dying during pregnancy has drastically reduced. And the old people too, the people from less privileged, less privileged homes, they can afford, their medical through the insurance scheme. That's one thing I know that is obtainable in this part of the world that His Excellency have introduced, never been before in Imo State. The hospitals in Imo State now are well equipped. We don't need to go to Abuja. We don't need to go to Jos. We don't need to go to anywhere in the country to get a good treatment. So Hope has done amazing. The hospitals, inside the hospitals, the surroundings is like a fresh breath of new air, of good health in the hospital setting.
Honorable Acho, do you have anything to add in regards to this? And also, I want you to talk about the IMSU situation where a lot of young ladies that have waited for 12 years to graduate, just graduated recently because of Hope Uzodinma. Could you enlighten us a little bit on that?
When it comes to the healthcare sector in Imo State, I would say that we can do better. Yeah, the governor has done some improvement. He's actually tried to modify some of the hospitals, but for me, we can do better. And then what pains me the most is when I remember the amount of money, the Imo State money that was wasted on the 27 general hospitals scattered all over across the 27 AGS. I want to ask the governor, I want to beg of the governor to make sure that the money stolen by the previous administration of Rochas Okorocha, abandoning those projects, that money should be returned to Imo people. If the governor wants to continue to improve on the healthcare sector in Imo State can actually become a health tourism state. Imo lies in the US, in Canada, and all across the world. We are one of the best when it comes to medical professionals. The governor, if you want to take this to the next level, engage these professionals. They are ready to bring their expertise. They are ready to bring their skills to come and help Imo State. They don't need nothing from the state or from you. They just need that opportunity to help our state to advance more technologically and when it comes to the health sector. They have been doing it in the States, in the US, they have been doing it in Canada, they have been doing it across Europe. They can do it in Imo State. Please engage them.
Yeah, I want to say something about, like now, the governor has just launched and have ordered immediate, disbursements of I think how many millions to make sure that all the hospitals in the 304 wards of Imo State are active. He has ordered it, and to make sure that people, at least in your community, wherever you are, there's hospital right in beside your door, beside your house, beside your window. So he's making hospitals, is interested in healthcare and has gone to rural, to grassroots, to all the wards in Imo State. In the next few months, they're going to have hospitals, functional hospitals with ambulances, with doctors there 24 hours to attend to our people.
I wanted to point something because I come from a community that is a border community, Eziama. And Eziama Health Center, where I was born, the last year when I drove past there, it was an eyesore, Princess. So if the governor is doing something, I want to see it reflect in my community. I want to know who to hold accountable, because Eziama Health Center is an eyesore. I want the governor to know that we're not feeling the impact of your policies on health and primary health care centers in Imo State. Eziama is an eyesore, Eziama Health Center.
I believe before you go back home, the hospital in Eziama will be functional, because it is 304 hospitals, clinics with affordable equipment, medical equipment and everything, and doctors on site 24 hours to attend to your people. So don't worry about it.
So my question now is, if what you are saying is correct, that means that Imolites in Imo State will actually be feeling all this. Why are we having all these negative information from Imo State regarding even the subjects you're discussing when it comes to health? A lot of people are complaining. So what is the difference between what you know and these people know outside?
Yeah, what we're saying is that we all know that every government have opposition. The opposition, the media is not helping matters because they are being sponsored by opposition. The opposition here are feeding the public, feeding their media rats what to say and what to do. But I know the average business class in Imo State, the average Imolers who are not biased, who are not opposition, they know the truth and they see transparently what the governor has done in just 2 years, with all the distractions, with everything going around in Imo State, with all the insecurity and all the fueling of problem here. And go online and see what is going on, all what this young performing governor of Imo State is going through, all the distractions. He has done so well, and an average Imolite is on the same page with him.
Okay.
So I wanted to point something there, like Princess said, opposition should be constructive opposition, not destructive. Yes, we have to have opposition for our democracy to be vibrant, but it shouldn't be an idiotic opposition whereby anything good that the government does, you turn it and spin it to be bad. I don't believe in that kind of opposition. For instance, after about 11 years, Imo State University graduated for the first time medical students. I want to see this celebrated. It is an achievement. It is a watershed moment in the annals of that state when it comes to Imo State University. And I believe the governor will engage these young graduates, don't allow them to be poached by the UK, make sure that they give their best to Imo State so that we can have more doctors, more health practitioners, and that way health care services will be more available to every Imolite.
Thank you. So now, there is much hope for Imo State then, because from what I'm hearing from both of you, yes, there is no place you will go where you won't find something that needs to be done. Now, my personal observation, I want to talk about Hope Uzodimma's inclusiveness in his governing the state. There are things that he's done so far that are very noticeable, notable. That is engaging the whole Imolites, elders, and everybody. Can we please talk about that a little bit? Because the last, not too long ago, he made a very long speech. Is it called caretakers or?
Stakeholders.
Stakeholders.
Yeah.
Stakeholders. Can we talk about stakeholders, please?
Yeah. The governor on his one of his promises to Imo State on his campaign days has promised like carrying the people along, governments for the people, by the people. And he has done it by, I think I followed his stakeholders meeting, and he just held the sixth one. And this stakeholders is a place where he meets with stakeholders, and every community in Imo State is represented. And he discusses and up to date with his activities and his challenges, and he gives them room for them to come in with suggestions. solutions and advice, and he knows them and he works with them. And in the next quarter, I believe another four months, he's going to meet them again, and they discuss where they stopped from, where they are, and where we're going. So this is area, I think, an avenue of what is applicable in even this part of the world. It's town hall meetings, stakeholders meeting, and again he had 27 local governments on an interactive section. They all visited to know their governor, and for him to know them, he used that opportunity to know the needs of these communities, of these local governments. He knew what they actually wanted. They told him what they wanted, and he's working with them one after the other. So he's an inclusive governor of Imo State. For the first time, Imo State is experiencing a governor that will have time with his people, lunch with them, sit down with them on the same platform, and disclose where he's coming, what he has, and his blueprint for the state.
Thank you so very much. Now, in the last stakeholders meeting, my understanding was that the former governors were there, with the exception of Okorocha. All the governors, they were present. Most of the chieftaincy people, whatever, high to low, everybody was there. Can you talk a little bit about what you see as this particular move that he's making? How do you see it as helping the state, and how do you see the future of Imo State if it continues this way?
Stakeholders meeting, yeah, it's good for the governor to engage with everybody. But sometimes the opposition uses that as, is a jamboree. What I expect the governor to do more is to engage the grassroots through town hall meetings. Because I have been there, some of these so-called stakeholders, they are ajib, any government in power, right? They come there, they listen to the governor, maybe governor gives them some transport money to go home, and they pocket that money. That is all that they're there for. They don't really take the message of the government to the grassroots, because they're just there to grab. So I will advise the governor, when you engage the stakeholders, go to the villages. Those market women, those are the real stakeholders. Those pan tappers, those are the real stakeholders. Not all these other guys that live in Owerri, they don't even visit their village. They are not the real stakeholders. The real stakeholders are the pan tappers, the woodpeckers, that woman selling akara in Nkwala market, or Aforiubi or something like that. They're the real stakeholders. But that is the right way to go. If you want to be successful, you have to keep engaging. But apart from having stakeholders meeting every quarter once in Owerri, or maybe in Owerri, take your message to the grassroots. Engage them in town hall meetings.
Okay, what about
I know that.
Excuse me. What about the diasporans?
Oh yeah, so I missed that. Yeah, the stakeholders meeting devoid of the diaspora community is incomplete. The governor, you have to know that.
Okay, so.
Yeah, I want to say that on the grassroots issue, the TC chairman in the 27 local governments are doing the needful in town hall meeting with the grassroots, with the women and the men and the youths of every local government. So it's the duty of the TC chairman, and they're doing it effectively, which I know.
Okay, so now let's talk about rehabilitation of roads, because this is the logistics that can help the businesses increase in Imo State. Now, the last time I was in Nigeria, I came from Port Harcourt to Owerri. The road was, you would travel all the way. Immediately you came into Imo State, it was so deplorable that it was so bad. I haven't been back since Hope Uzodimma took office. So, but in the stakeholders meeting, promises were being made and accountability was being, issued to people to make sure that these things are happening. Can we talk a little bit about the roads and the construction, why it did not go to one of the major, Julius Berger? Why he chose another company instead of Julius Berger? Can we talk a little about that?
Yeah, I want to say one thing that the young man, His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodimma, from observation, have come to save. He has come to serve. He has come to move Imo to greatness. Because when he came in, he didn't, call off all the road, there were awards that were awarded to by the previous administration. He continued from it because he didn't want to waste that money. He called all the contractors and made sure they continued. So after that, he has been able to, the Julius Berger, yes, came with a bogus bill. Bogus bill, Julius Berger standard, and they work for government, so federal government. The little allocation Imo State is getting, we should not just all invest it into Julius Berger's purse for them to renovate, reconstruct our roads. So Uzodinma got the best bargain, and we're getting the best quality for cheaper. So if you come into Owerri, you are missing a lot. If you come into Owerri today, Imo State today, the roads in Imo State are just like Toronto here. I drive freely, I go around everywhere, and it's like as smooth as. I don't feel potholes, I don't feel potholes again. It's not like no traffic. The traffic lights are working, the street lights are working, the road is beautified with flowers and all that. So the Imo State that you know before is not the Imo State today. I'm going to pay your ticket to go this Easter, so you experience and witness it yourself. So that
Thank you. That's an offer.
Yes, I will do that.
Honorable Princess,
you need to
promise.
You need to experience the good thing. What is happening in Imo State now? The new Imo. It's hope are the
Honorable Acho, can you talk about what you see as in the roads? I know you've been to Nigeria recently. You went to Imo State recently. So, and the opportunity, what can you say to the government in regards to what they are doing and what you think they should do in regards to the infrastructures and the roads and the rehabilitation?
Imo State is in a better shape today when it comes to road network. I am here to talk from personal experience. I will say this governor is Governor Road. He is serious about building Imo State roads to standard. Before he took office, when you come to Assumpta roundabout, you could spend 5 hours there. But the last year, I couldn't believe when I was driving from Port Harcourt Road, heading up to Assumpta, that traffic was gone. So I'm like, well, this is good. And also some other roads like the Tiger Road, he's trying to open up more the inner cities. When it comes to road, I think that's his signature policy to make sure that Imo State gets the best of roads. And he shouldn't be distracted. He shouldn't stop. I advise the governor to keep going. We need good roads in Imo State for Imo State to thrive economically. And also, traffic is a problem in Owerri town. Last Christmas, before you get from point A to B, something that's supposed to take you 10 minutes, find out that it's taking you an hour. Wow. So, Governor, if you need to listen to the groans of the people, because when a governor travels, there is convoy and you move. But the everyday Imolite, the traffic is a problem. And it's not rocket science. It can be solved. And how do you solve it? Engage experts. Engage our Imolites in diaspora. They will bring the technology to solve the traffic. You didn't credit. The traffic has been there. But you know, population explosion. Imo State is attracting more businesses today. So we need to build more roads, and we also need to do something about the traffic situation all around the state. But when it comes to road, this governor is Governor Road. I give a
we are not, youth of Dima is not just on Owerri roads. The whole 27 local governments are benefiting from this road. He's just awarded 5-kilometer road in all the local governments. And after the 5, that will be completed before the rainy season. And after the 5, he will extend, it will continue. So we are all benefiting from the good road in Imo State.
So is he going to go to Akata and build the road that will bring me straight to Akata to Owerri?
I'm going to pay your tickets to go home and experience it. So don't worry, when you go there, you will see the road.
Ticket,
no, you're asking for too much now. I'm going to pay you for the young man here because we've been on for a long time.
So I'm on my own.
You've just been to Nigeria. Just visited. Only Alabolo for a long time. Achom koga ho. Iwo no mele na ali Imo. Imo adela mma.
Okay.
Onye wura ga lele.
Okay. Let's talk about one and another thing that is so important is agriculture. Now remember, it used to be that we were so self-sustained when it comes to producing food and all kinds of things. Okay, now what is the governor doing in order to bring back, the people's interest in agriculture, people having their own garden in their houses, or even mechanizing, agriculture in order for us to start exporting food, after what we can use locally in Imo State. Can you take on this one, Humphrey?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when you talk about agriculture, I think it's got to do with the job creation. It's one of the aspects of job creation. And I keep telling people the responsibility of the government is to create enabling environment for the private sector to thrive. And if a government doesn't do that, then they're going to be laden with high unemployment rate. So agriculture, Imo State can be an exporting state when it comes to agricultural products. And how do you achieve that? Is through mechanization, mechanized farming. This back-breaking whole shovel system, we can advance, we can progress with that. So what I think the governor should do is to do a comparative study. How did Netherlands come to be so rich in agriculture? How did Israel, that was a desert, come to be a major exporter of agricultural products? How did Anambra become an exporter of agricultural products? Imo State has fertile lands, Ebema, Ohaji. This is a time to turn it around. And there's no rocket science, I keep saying. So I expect the governor to implement, make a policy direction to get Imo State to be on the path to exporting agricultural products. A lot of jobs will be created there. And remember, when it comes to food, you can't survive without food. So Imo State can start earning foreign currency by exporting food.
Okay, so I have 1 minute for you because we're about to end right now. So just 1 minute, chip in what you wanted to.
Yeah, I want to say that the governor has rehabilitated the other palm, if you must know, and they have planted about 140,000 seedlings across the 40,000 hectares of land, and the other palm itself has been given to a capable hand, Roach, Nigeria Limited, and I believe they have with their new MD, this Chikobi or whatever, they just inaugurated them. So in a very short while, we will start production and exporting even up to Canada here.
Okay.
So then our youths too are being trained, are going through a course on agriculture, and they are going to be empowered too. So we're going to have more farmers in our communities in the states.
Well, for something I forgot, I want to say in Igbo, Aguru di nobodo. I want the governor to know. But you didn't cause it. You didn't start today. But what you can do, instead of doing what the other leaders used to do in the past, buying rice and sharing to people, educate people, teach them how to grow the rice. Simple.
Okay. Thank you. So I just want to thank everybody that logged in today on this discussion on the state of Imo State, our welfare. I want to thank you.
I want to say one thing.
No.
Because I want to send you where we will be going. I want to actually run out of Bikon. Igbos in diaspora. The governor will carry you people along. He has you people at heart. It's just the distractions. But the time has come. The hour has come. He's going to get you people engaged into the activities of Imo State as long as you guys are willing. Again, actually, Bikoni. Get your families. Tell them to go and register. Get their PVC. That's the only way their votes will be counted. Send the messages. Even you here, if you intend to travel to Imo State in a very short while, the registration is open till the 22nd of March. You can go online and register, and when you go back home, you go to the nearest INEC office to be captured. So Bikonu, tell your families back home, this is one area we are losing in the southeast. Imo State, you have opportunity no more. Non-Imo State. Let them all go and get their PVCs. Register with INEC so that this 2023 we will do the needful.
Okay. We have a caller, please. We have a caller. Yeah. Can we the caller? Can we hear the caller, please? And who is calling, please?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, hi. This is Mr. Izechuku Moses from Florida.
Okay, well,
I have yes, and I actually want to commend you for this section.
Thank you.
I just have a few, just questions or maybe just things to say about the conversation going on. On the road, I heard Mr. Humphrey call the governor road, and then I heard the other guest speaker saying that and all that stuff. The question is this: are the people seeing the roads? Because it's one thing to actually kind of say these things on air, but then when people are not seeing the roads, and this is something I actually want us to fly away from. We cannot come out, praising governors when the things are not on the ground. That's one. Where are the roads? When are they to be completed? Do the people know these things so that we can actually hold the government accountable? Because it's not so much about all these slogans. The question is this: we actually want to see that these things are done. We also want to measure when are they going to be completed, if they are in the budget and all that. Secondly, is the state government responsible for all roads in Imo State? What is the role of the local government? Or these are just appendages? Because the local government should be able to kind of build small roads in the little areas and villages. That's the second question. And then the third one is on agriculture. Do we have to produce everything, or can we specialize on whether it's mechanized farming or green farming and all that? Because we know we do not have enough land. So how is it that we can, for instance, here in Florida, United States, we specialize on some vegetables and oranges, and that's why when you see our car tag, it says Sunshine State, it has the symbol of an orange. Because these are some of the areas we specialize. Other people can do other things, but it doesn't mean that we won't do other things. But what is it that we could be known for? And if the government could have a policy that pursues specific things and become excellent or good at it, rather than being all over the place, I think it will be better. Whether it's on roads, whether it is on local government kind of making sure they are actually held accountable, and then also this agriculture area. If we are talking to the governor, or if the governor has somebody here on the panel, is there any way we can address this? So it is clear for us that in the next 5 years, this is Imo policy.
Okay. Do you want to respond?
Yeah, I want to talk on the road, sir. Thank you very much for your comments. The roads are physical. Everybody can see the road. That one is not. Everybody in Imo State, if you can put a call across to them, the Dick Tiger / Chukwumanwoha is completed, and not just completed with a quality road. Now that's what we have in Imo State. Relief Market Road, Poly Junction at Nekede Gate, Iwanyanwo Drive, Mohammed Buhari Drive, the former Federal Secretariat area, the road by opposite Federal Secretariat has been renamed after Buhari, is tied. World Bank Umuguma Road still under construction, Musa Yaradua Drive under construction, Oluowere Road, Okiwe Road, Douglas Road under construction. So these roads are physical, that anybody in Imo State can see it and maybe take pictures and so that and forward it to you on WhatsApp, sir. So, and the road is of good quality, not what we've experienced before in the past.
And not only that, you can never finish building roads. Even here in North America, you see construction companies every day. So when you say where are the roads, I think you cannot throw us off, because the roads are there. If you look at what we used to have in the past, you can actually believe and agree with me that this governor has done a lot when it comes to building roads. Are there enough? No. He has to build more. But it takes time to build more. So let's see where he's going to be at in the next 1 year,
It's just 2
in
years.
the next 2 years. So that's just the way I look at it. He has to build more roads. He cannot finish building roads. But he's done a lot in the past 2 years compared to the past 10 years.
Well, I just want to thank everybody that logged in, and thank you, caller, that called in. I want to thank you, Honorable Kalista Ahmed and Honorable Humphrey Acho. Thank you so much for this discussion. It was very enlightening.
Talk about it,
And so next, we're going to be having another section like this in a couple of weeks or so. And so if in case you did not log in, please get involved. Call with your questions so that we'll be able to enlighten you about the development in Imo State. And the governor, Hope Uzodimma, Your Excellency, if you're listening or you will see this, we just want to greet you and say Jidekiji or Dikekebo. Dikekebo. You know, I did not believe in what when I started studying and seeing what has been happening. I am very proud in what you're doing. You have a good heart. Continue. We will be behind you all the way onto the top. So in case we want you to get the diasporans engaged, okay? We need to hear from you. If possibly you can come and visit us in Canada. We would like to hear from you. Thank you so very much. And also, please do download our app at gbkm.com. It's on your app so that you can join us in everything that we are doing. You know, if you want to talk about something else, you know, you can let us know. Call in. We'll discuss. We'll have discussions. You know, I just want to welcome you both. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Yes,
Take care.
2 weeks. Thank you very much.
And by the way, we'll be talking also about Hope's, the First Lady of Imo State, and her achievements and what she has done in these 2 years. She's done marvelously. So stay tuned until we see you again. Good night, everybody.
Canada's #1 African barbecue, the Suya Spot. Serving and satisfying your Suya needs from multiple locations across the GTA, including Scarborough, downtown Toronto, North York, Woodbridge, and Mississauga. Also located